is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
On
1st and 10, Mayfield. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
10 yards on the pickup.
Still a few inches short of a 1st down as they come up now on 2nd down.
Check the hot read. Rush in, rush in, rush in. Run. Check. Whip. Run. Watch the whip.
First carry for Nick Chubb. A gain of just a yard, but it's a 1st down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland 1st.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
Well, he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards on the pickup there and a 1st. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage.
Njoku pulls this one in. He's got it for a Cleveland touchdown. David Njoku, 28 yards. And the Browns take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. This will be taken very short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 33-yard line.
Here we go.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Watch the safety creep.
13.
Garoppolo. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a 1st down, 49ers.
San Francisco.
Here we go. 180.
Here we go. Watch twins. Check.
They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
22. Watch the pass.
Hey, Wood.
On 2nd and 9, Garoppolo steps away to his left. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. The safety, Morgan Burnett, that time gets home for the sack.
3rd down.
Here we go.
That last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long.
11.
Mike 29.
Bud.
Check the backer. You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there. 25. Check
21, 21.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. A big play there for the Niners. 41 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 25-yard line.
11.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And this is going to be incomplete.
We used to have a coach used to tell us all the time, those scouting reports aren't just to use up paper, guys. Well, nowadays, we're watching a computer screen, right? They scouted this team very well. Know that they like to use the running backs in the passing game. They covered that play successfully.
I got this. 6-man. Check girls, check girls, check girls. Mike 22, he's coming. 22's coming. Mike. Right here, right here.
Black.
Mike 22. Yeah.
Hey, Alpha.
Mike 22, he's coming. 22's coming. Mike.
Come on, boy. Come on, boy. You better be ready. Don't be scared of it.
Check. Lucky.
21.
Snap comes at 1. Garoppolo. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
Mike 51. Here we go. Mike 51.
Hey, let's get some penetration. Let's get some penetration. Hey, Mike 51.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Christian Kirksey in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. And this one is right down the middle. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the game.
Yeah, I like the observation there because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things because if you don't score, you potentially have opened the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
The Browns drive about to get started. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it is a team game, so that's just good complimentary football. But, I know I'm no brainiac, but you trade 6s for 3s, things are going to work out in your favor.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. This will go for 5 up to the 33. 49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for 3rd down. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he gets it down deep into San Francisco territory. A big play that time out of Chubb. 47 yards. Well, this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Here we go, dude. Here I come.
After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
Let's go, baby.
Good. 180.
Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on.
Hurry.
This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15.
So many play callers in the red zone worry about the negative effects of a play that they're about to call. For this guy, all he's worried about is gaining yardage and putting the ball in the hands of his playmakers.
Check. Crunch.
And That one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. He was trying to go back to Beckham there, and it's third down. Here's Mayfield, and the throw there going to be incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up fourth. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. And the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge, whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end, in the direction they want to run the football? If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
Play fake there to Coleman. Now Garoppolo. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. They'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him.
51's the mic. 51's the mic. Let's go, baby.
They'll run with Coleman on first down. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Here we go. Here we go.
Exit. No.
12.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Garoppolo on the screen. This is Coleman. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally brought down at the 31-yard line. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 31-yard line.
Here we go.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now. Down at the 31.
13.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Christian Kirksey picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
He's checking. Crash.
65.
51, Mike 51.
I got him.
Looking to throw. Garoppolo completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 16. Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2.
Here we go.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report.
Here we go.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10, and that is incomplete. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more.
Here we go.
9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long.
Hey, gun.
Check. Mark 22.
21. Here we go. Hey, wahoo!
Mike 22, he's coming. 22's coming. Mike.
Now Garoppolo. And that will be incomplete.
Third down is a down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well. So that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
Watch the run.
Point it right.
Switch. Kill.
Second and 5 down. Mayfield. He completes it to Hunt. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. On first down, they'll run with Hunt. The 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Kareem Hunt, 48 yards. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
At their own 25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you got this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try to go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
Here we go.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Mike 29.
Hey, gun.
Full street. Shoot. Check 15.
Check 13. Check 13.
Here's Garoppolo to throw. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
21.
Mike 29.
I got you.
29 is Mike 29. Hey, here we go.
Hey, exit.
Mike 29. Let him know. Check 4. Check 99.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way. A dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well.
53 for Mike.
Hey, alert.
Tighten up. Check 9. Kill.
11.
Hey, turn it up. He's coming.
Garoppolo to try again on 2nd down. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Here we go. Like 20. 6.
Garoppolo now, first down throw. And the catch made. This is Emmanuel Sanders. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. And now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
2. Hey, box drop. 12, fellas, here we go.
On first down, Garoppolo. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Terrence Mitchell right there on the coverage.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Here we go.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
21. Hey, orbit.
Mine's 40.
I got them.
Pick me up. Here we go.
11.
Mike 42. Get
Hey, high 7.
And yet again, it's Garoppolo. Buying time to his left. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
I'm coming after you. He's crashing. He's checking crack. Check nickel. He's coming. Double up.
Hey, alert. 11.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Credit the sack to the always disruptive Olivier Vernon. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them.
Switch it.
21. Here we go. 1, Omaha.
22, he's coming. 20.
On 2nd and 7, Garoppolo into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Terrence Mitchell. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this third quarter.
Hey, alert!
Target. Save.
Mayfield gives this one to Hunt. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set them up.
Kill.
Hey, alert 33.
Watch the six.
Greystone, travel.
Watch twist.
Attack.
Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. And he's going to have this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Niners' 18-yard line. He finds Beckham complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Browns take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
Bravo.
Mike 22 is coming. 22 is coming. Mike. Hey, they're scared. They're scared. Check three. Switch.
11.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Kendrick Bourne, the intended receiver. And now it's second down. He released that awkwardly. It almost looked like a pitcher who gripped his fastball a little too hard and let it go late, and it bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, one of those fastballs that ends up at 57 feet, not 60 feet, 6 inches. Just a little short with the arm, which is unusual because we saw him in warm-ups. He's got a big, strong arm when he delivers it with confidence.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That goes for a gain of 31. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Mack Wilson leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6.
Here we go.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
I'm coming for you. Here we go. Butts it. Mike
21.
Garoppolo now. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
51's the mic.
From the gun on 3rd, Garoppolo. And he comes back with one complete. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically, but a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
65. Go.
53, Mike. Let's go. 53.
Garoppolo to throw for it on 4th. Got a man. He finds Sanders. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 15 for the Niners there and a first down. Garoppolo throwing middle, but it's incomplete. George Kittle, the receiver that he was looking for. But it'll be second down.
Here we go.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
21. Here we go. Smooth.
29 is Mike.
Hey, gun.
29 is the mic.
11.
I'm trying to collect.
Check.
65.
Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
49, check 49.
13.
Garoppolo looks to throw once more. Now they go screen. It's complete. And this defense rallies, and they stop him short of the first down right near the 24. The screen good for 6, but it's not enough as it leads to a 4th down. And Gold is able to put it through, and the drive will wind up yielding 3. So his third field goal of the ball game brings him a bit closer, but there's no question they need to start turning some of these threes into sixes.
And sevens, and probably even eights. You know, as a kicker, you just head out when you're called upon, so he's done his job. It's the rest of the offense that needs to get it in gear. They want to close this gap.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
Now we always talk about
Odell Beckham Jr., 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, 78 yards. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gassed,
yeah,
right?
a little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting off field, only giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Let's see what you got.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
First down, 49ers.
Garoppolo on first down. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. And boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
Check 26.
On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 48-yard line. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. That's going to be caught by Samuel.
Here we go.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
21.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the Browns' 44-yard line.
Throwing now is Garoppolo. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
80 weapons. 2.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Completes it to Samuel. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. What a methodical drive this is turning out to be. That time 9 yards, and the sticks move again. Garoppolo again. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Garoppolo looks to throw. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. His throw incomplete. He was hoping to get that one to Tevin Coleman in space, and that'll bring up second down.
Here we go.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Mike 51. Mike 51. Watch the screen.
Hey, Delta.
51's the Mike. 51's the Mike. Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go.
Six.
To throw, it's Garoppolo. And across the chalk, into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. An 11-yard touchdown. And the 49ers make some inroads here on that deficit.
And that touchdown ends a streak, for lack of a better word, of 3 field goals that they put on the board previously. They finally cracked the code.
Yeah, they've been down there. They've been in enemy territory, as you said. They just hadn't been able to punch it in until that point. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock, and this is 2nd and less than a yard. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. The Browns on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Run. Pistol.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Eluding the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down. That is an absolute backbreaker. That was a design passing play, wasn't a draw. You think you got him stopped, good coverage downfield, and he's able to pick up the first with his legs. Defensively, that kicks into your psyche and hurts a little bit, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and here's the thing. Anytime you give up a first down, it hurts you psychologically, but it hurts more when they get it this way because you've covered everything. He didn't have any place to throw the football. He takes off running and picks it up anyway, and now you have to stay on the field for an extra set of downs.
And really could have used that stop trailing here in the 4th.
61, matchbox lights.
Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. The last 2 plays each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12. Mayfield down. And that is incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
Let's go.
Now Mayfield on 4th down. And no, it's incomplete. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And the Niners take over in terrific field position. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Mike 22, he's coming. 22's coming. Mike.
All day, baby. All day.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Open man is born. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. And the 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
Mike 22, he's coming. 22's coming. Mike.
Go out.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. Escaping, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Olivier Vernon in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. For whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when the next defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards. Now after the run by Hunt, here's 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And he is going to be stopped here at the line of